Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Buckeye Politics. It's me, your favorite Ohioan. So today, doing this is going to be the last episode in our Christmas series. Very sad, I know, it's very sad, but hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. It's Happy Christmas Eve. Spend time with your families. Get off Twitter and YouTube and days redistricting. Stop making political maps and spend time with your families. So yeah, this is going to be the last video in the Christmas series. It's going to be between Elon Musk and Bill Gates. Elon Musk will be the Republican, while Bill Gates will be the Democrat. This was suggested by David Potter in my comment section. He does not have any videos, but you know, a lot of people I see in terms of like subscribing to my channel, a lot of them don't have any videos. But although a lot of them, pretty much, I think only a few of my channels that I watch me actually have like videos and upload, especially political content. I don't think only one channel that won the shout out has actually had political content. So it's very interesting to see. But yeah, so that way these are the safe states for Elon Musk and Bill Gates. Elon Musk, from what I've read about his politics, he seems like a socially liberal, fiscally conservative. So I do believe he would run very much a libertarian campaign, because I believe he also supported Texas Governor Greg Abbott, his repeal of mask mandates. So I think Elon Musk would run a very much a libertarian campaign, probably pro small business, pro tax cuts, but also being he's pretty much a libertarian in all honesty. He'd be like that businessman. He'd be libertarian type. Well, Bill Gates would run pretty much a generic Democrat. He'd be very anti-COVID, very pro. Like in terms of anti-COVID, I mean, he'd probably support some terms of lockdowns. He'd push for vaccinations and vaccination like mandates, mask mandates, and he'd also be very proactive with the environment. So that's how I see these two guys running their campaigns. Could I be wrong? Yes, but I think that's the most likely way it's gonna go. So with that, Bill Gates, these are the safe states for each side. Bill Gates' likely states include the states of Minnesota, Virginia, and Maine at large. These are all areas that are pretty traditionally Democratic. I just think Bill Gates would do very well, especially in Minnesota. Bill Gates would, being who he is, would do very well with Minnesota, as a lot of people are moving to the Minneapolis area. Similar story with Virginia, a lot of tech jobs and people are moving into Nova. And Maine at large is just, I don't think Elon Musk would have the populist appeal to make the second district all that competitive. So I think Bill Gates would probably do very well in Maine at large. The likely states for Elon Musk include the states of Texas, Florida, probably Iowa and Ohio, but they probably only go to him by about 5, 6 points. He probably underperformed Trump in both those states. So Iowa and Ohio to underperform Trump, but you still get them barely likely. Meanwhile, instead of Texas, like I said, he's opposed the mask mandate, and he being a libertarian, more soft-spoken than Trump. I do think he would do pretty well in Texas. In Florida, his freedom, pro small government, pro free markets, and anti-COVID stuff would do very well in Florida, especially what we're seeing with DeSantis. So I do think he would win Florida by a likely margin. Now, the lean states for Bill Gates include states of Colorado, uh, lean, probably Michigan, as Bill Gates wouldn't, as Elon Musk wouldn't have all that much Rust Belt appeal, and I believe that is it. Yes, those are the lean states for Bill Gates. They should make plenty of sense. Michigan is lean for Bill Gates because Elon Musk really wouldn't have that much Rust Belt appeal. Meanwhile, Colorado is lean because Elon Musk, being more socially liberal, I think he'd do pretty well actually with college-educated whites across the country. And Colorado, especially if Elon Musk took kind of a pro-weed stance, which I believe he is pro-marijuana legalization. So I think he'd actually do pretty well in Colorado. He wouldn't win it, obviously, but he'd do pretty well. The lean states now for Elon Musk include the states of North Carolina, Arizona, New Hampshire, and that is it. So we have, and Maine second district. Maine second district would lean to Elon Musk. So Arizona is a pretty suburbanite, small business oriented, traditionally Republican state, and Elon Musk being a little less, being a little more soft spoken would do very well with those voters, giving him the state of Arizona by a lean margin. North Carolina is a safe lean R state. New Hampshire, Elon Musk running a very pro small business, socially liberal, fiscally conservative campaign would automatically have a lot of appeal in New Hampshire. And Maine second district, Elon Musk, he would underperform Trump heavily because he's not really all that populist, but would have enough free. He would probably have to at least semi support some of Trump's stuff in order to even be competitive at this point. So I do think he would very narrowly win Maine second district, probably by a lean margin. We have a lot of states up for grabs still, and that's very interesting to look at. But yeah, so we're gonna start off. We're gonna go west to east. So we're gonna start in the state of Nevada, which I do think will very narrowly tilt to Elon Musk. Nevada is a state that is very Hispanic, and a lot of Hispanics are very much pro small business. A lot of Hispanics in Texas actually are small business owners, and that's why they're trending so Republican because they like Trump's pro small business policies. So if Elon Musk could do a similar situation, I do think he would very very narrowly carry the state of Nevada. Looking at the state of New Mexico, I think I think that New Mexico will tilt to Bill Gates. New Mexico is a very much a libertarian state. They're very pro-oil. Similar story with the Hispanics being pro-small business. So Elon Musk would do very well for a Republican in the state of New Mexico, but he wouldn't win it. Nebraska second district, I forgot to color this in. This should be lean to, not to lean to Bill Gates. It's very much a suburban area, and the Nebraska GOP pretty much did a horrible job gerrymandering it, and so I think it will probably go to Bill Gates by about a point or two. It'll be much closer because of Elon Musk's pro small business and more moderate rhetoric, but it'll still lean to Bill Gates. The state of Wisconsin is very interesting. I've been going back and forth. I do think it will very narrowly tilt to Elon Musk. Um, Wisconsin, Elon Musk would not have that much populist appeal, but I think a lot of people in Wisconsin would just dislike an elite like Bill Gates. I mean, Elon Musk is an elite too. This would be a very neither of these candidates would do very well in the Rust Belt, but Wisconsin is much more Republican trending than the rest of the Rust Belt. So I think Elon Musk would very, very, very narrowly carry the state of Wisconsin. Bill Gates, I do think he would win in Pennsylvania by a tilt margin. He'd do pretty decently in Bill Gates would do very well with college educated whites and inner city voters. And I think the white working class in that state, they would not be as inspired to turn out for Elon Musk. I mean, they wouldn't really turn out for Bill Gates either, but much less so for white working class turnout would be very low, while the inner city traditional Democratic vote would be up. So I think Elon Musk may improve with some suburban voters and some white working class voters. I just don't think there's enough trends there, and Elon Musk would get enough support among that voting bloc to make Pennsylvania go his way. This leaves us with the state of Georgia. Georgia is a very interesting state, and in the end, I do think it will very narrowly tilt to Elon Musk. This is a very interesting scenario. There's a lot of tech and Hollywood and West Coast jobs that are moving into into Georgia, into Atlanta, which would obviously give Bill Gates a decent advantage. A lot of people might even be working for Bill Gates. But Elon Musk has done, with all his companies as well, he has also done a lot in Georgia and Texas. So I think that although you may say, oh, Bill Gates is loved with the suburbanites and the new people moving to Georgia, Elon Musk has done a decent amount of work in Georgia with his company and in Atlanta. So I do think that Elon Musk would actually have a decent amount of appeal to suburban Atlanta voters, and Elon Musk being pro small business and kind of being a generic Republican, I think he would still do very well with the rest of the rural parts of Georgia. I mean, the rural Georgia was very much Republican, even with Romney and McCain to a certain extent. It's not rural Georgia is one of the few places that he accelerated trends, but he didn't super accelerate them. So Georgia would be rural areas would pretty much be very strongly Republican, and if Elon Musk just doing decently in the Atlanta area, I do think he would very very narrowly carry the state of Georgia. So with that, we have Elon Musk with 282 electoral votes to Bill Gates 256. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, and hope everyone has a Merry Christmas.